Now at 11.
Get down. Get down. Get the down. Tie his legs up.
This is no movie. A real-life kidnapping caught on camera in Portland. And it's the case of a cake that could impact the law for years to come.
Being refused by a business because of who you are, out of the blue like that, it changes you.
The same-sex couple who were refused a wedding cake at a Gresham bakery find themselves in court again 7 years later. And still haven't gotten your flu shot? Well, wait until you hear this family's story. Their son missed Christmas and New Year's. He's unable to talk or breathe on his own, all because of the flu.
But first tonight, talking about winter. It's in the Northwest, hitting here. It has officially arrived. Heavy snow is going to hit the Cascades this weekend. Skiers have been waiting for weather just like this. Getting excited. Matt Zaffino joins us with the latest here, what we can expect over the next few days. Hey, Matt.
Yeah, that's right, Dan. We've got a series of storms that will be rolling into the Northwest over the next several days. And the first one shows up nicely on the satellite imagery right here. It's going to, at first, bring wind to the Willamette Valley and snow to the Cascades at the same time. And we have advisories for both of those. The Portland area and the Willamette Valley under a wind advisory beginning at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, extending into Saturday morning. The Cascades under a winter storm warning for Friday until noontime on Saturday. Also a coastal flood warning, coastal flood advisory over on the beaches because of the high tides. So here's what it looks like on Mount Hood. These amounts are really impressive. Tomorrow, 10 to 16 inches by later tomorrow night. Then it really picks up overnight Friday into Saturday, 20 to 30 inches in that time frame. Another foot or two on Sunday. Monday, we pick up several inches. It backs off on Tuesday, then picks up again on Wednesday and Thursday. Notice the snow level down at sea level those 3 days. We won't see those amounts at sea level or the valley floor. We will see those amounts up on the mountain. And just for the weekend itself, we're looking at 3 to 5 feet of snow up around Mount Hood. Treacherous travel between the heavy snowfall, the snowfall rates 2 inches an hour or so, maybe more, and the strong wind. So again, that's why we've got that winter storm warning. Now, what everybody wants to know about is the valleys. Right now, we will see light snow possible late Monday night and Tuesday morning as the Arctic air begins to arrive. A better chance for snow Wednesday into Thursday, and that may actually transition to freezing rain towards the end of that as well. The amounts, timing, and location still uncertain, but we'll narrow it down as we get closer. Dan, back to you.
All right, Matt, so we'll wait to see what happens in the valley. We know what's going to happen in the mountains, though. The forecast is big news for skiers, especially those people who like to hit the slopes after dark. Tonight, Ski Bowl open for the season. People excited about that. We sent Catherine Cook to Government Camp to check it out for us.
A blanket of white against the night sky at Ski Bowl means the wait is over.
This is the first night we're open for skiing and riding, and it is an awesome one.
My plan is just to wax my board today and just go on the big lift.
No one's more excited than Burton Johnson and his brothers, already thinking up snowboard tricks.
Popping some wheelies.
Yeah. Popping some wheelies?
Or popping your wheelies.
I would pop my back.
Yeah.
For those less inclined to hit the incline, you can make snow angels. Maybe that's this guy's thank you to heaven.
It dumped this week
for all the snow.
The whole world is gone. It's just here in the winter wonderland, and we're just here together, and it's magic.
Doesn't get much better than this.
Ski Bowl GM Mike Quinn is happy and relieved.
It was a really tough and challenging Christmas break. There were a lot of pent-up demand. There was still a lot of visitation here, but I think people were a little let down with the conditions of Mount Hood in general.
He says a week like the one they're expecting should make up for all of that.
It just seems like everybody is in the mood, and they're really excited to be here.
Now that Ski Bowl is open, you can hit the slopes here 7 nights a week. The lifts are also open during the day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you can even pop a wheelie. In Government Camp, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Pop a wheelie, why not? Get the latest ski conditions, pop your own wheelies, possibility of snow in our area, see what's going on. Download the KGW app. You can get it all right there, right in the palm of your hand. If you haven't done it already, do it now.
Think because whenever I send this video to the people that it's going to, if they don't agree, pop goes the weasel.
All right, as we explain this and you watch this video, it's really hard to turn away, honestly. It looks like something out of a movie, but this is real life. It's video shot in Portland by a criminal looking for his stolen drugs. This video came out this week during a sentencing phase of this case here, and Pat Doris was there to explain it all for us. Take a look.
This video is shocking, and it's real. Taken 2 years ago.
So you telling me the police took my
I don't know. That is what my boss said.
That's what your boss said?
That's what my boss said.
The man holding the gun and the phone that caught this moment is Jody Wafer. He's from Houston. Incredibly, he not only taped these moments, but before that, another part of his group videoed him in the beard there and another man practicing how they would do this. The man he's threatening is the manager of a public storage warehouse in Southeast Portland. They're trying to find their missing stash of pot, nearly 500 pounds worth. They had left it in the warehouse. But federal agents figured out it was there, took it, and made it look like a ripoff. They wanted to find out who else was involved in the ring and figured Wafer would talk to everyone trying to find his pot, and they were tracking him. But no matter how many times Wafer accused the manager of taking his stash, he denied it. After 4 minutes, Wafer told the man he was sending the video to someone else who would decide if the manager would live or die.
Because whenever I send this video to the people that it's going to, if they don't agree, pop goes the weasel.
The manager survived. The bad guys left and police eventually found the manager and freed him. As wild as that video is, it's only part of a much bigger story. The feds charged a total of 6 people, including the gunman, with being part of a huge conspiracy to grow pot in the Portland area and then sell it to Texas and Virginia, fly the money back to Portland, then do it all over again. The gunman in the video, Jody Wafer, got 7 years in federal prison.
Pat Doris with the story there. Let's get you caught up on some of tonight's headlines. A third body has been recovered from an avalanche on Idaho's Silver Mountain. That makes 3 people total now killed in that avalanche that happened Tuesday. 4 others were rescued. We're told they're expected to be okay. Search and rescue teams do not believe that there are any other missing people. U.S. officials say there's strong evidence that an Iranian missile is the one that's responsible for taking down a Ukrainian airplane this week. All 176 people on board were killed, including 63 Canadians. The Boeing 737 took off from Tehran Tuesday morning. Just minutes later, there was an explosion. U.S. officials believe the missile was fired by accident. Iran has denied its involvement. Canada's prime minister is now calling for a full investigation. The Salem camping ban saga continues. The city still doesn't really have a good idea what they're going to do here. They haven't made good on their promise to open those 140 new shelter beds, but it has hired professional garbage crews to clean the sidewalks. Salem officials say business owners downtown were complaining. They said the sidewalks were crowded. They reported some threatening behavior and sanitation issues like solid waste and trash. The city says the cleanup was necessary. They want to make sure that everybody stays healthy and safe. The city says they're still working right now on those new shelter beds. 7 years ago, a woman walked into a bakery in Gresham and asked them to make a cake for their wedding. What happened next has become an example nationwide in the fight between freedom of religion and freedom of discrimination. And freedom from discrimination, rather. The owners of Sweet Cakes by Melissa refused to bake that cake because it was for a same-sex wedding. They lost their argument once already in front of an Oregon appeals court, but the Supreme Court ordered the appeals court to take up that case again. We spoke to the local couple after their new hearing today, along with an attorney for the bakers.
Being told our business isn't welcome, and then having our devoted relationship of 10 years and the commitment we've made to raise our children together characterized as a biblical abomination. That experience has affected us in our daily interactions ever since.
They love to be able to welcome everybody into their shop. They served everybody that came into their shop. They just are asking not to be forced to endorse every message that they are asked to create.
The judges are making a slightly different ruling this time. They'll decide if Oregon's Bureau of Labor and Industries was right when they fined the bakery owners. There is no set timeline right now for when the court will issue its decision. So there's a developing story we want to tell you about tonight. They thought they were out of a job. Paramedics in Scappoose given their walking papers. The chief believing that that would have actually improved fire and medical coverage for the town. But tonight, it looks like there's a change of plans, at least for now. Mike Benner explains.
The paramedics at the center of this whole thing are single-role paramedics, meaning they concentrate solely on medical emergencies. No firefighting whatsoever. But the chief up here in Scappoose believes there's a more efficient way to serve this community.
Amy Quinn has been a paramedic for years. She'll be the first to tell you she wouldn't trade it for anything.
It's really nice to be able to help the community. It's nice to kind of make those one-on-one connections with the people that really do want your help.
Most recently, Quinn's been working at the Scappoose Rural Fire District as a single-role paramedic. But on Wednesday, Quinn and the other single-role paramedic found out they were being laid off. effective at the end of February.
Losing a job you love it just really kind of blows. It hits your heartstrings and it makes your stomach ache a little.
It is kind of unprecedented.
Ron Morgan is with the union and says the 2 layoffs will negatively impact the Scappoose community.
The fire department will go back to having to downstaff their engine to run medical calls and transport patients in the area.
In other words, less firefighters focusing on fires. But the fire chief doesn't see it like that.
I have never, ever been a part of somebody using layoffs as a negotiating tactic.
At a contentious meeting Thursday night, he unveiled a plan to hire people who can wear 2 hats, firefighter and paramedic, and work 24-hour shifts instead of 12.
It's about providing a service to the community that gives us more coverage at less expense.
As good as that may sound, the board that oversees the chief balked at his decision to lay off the single-role paramedics and voted to rescind the layoff notices. Amy Quinn and her colleague have jobs for now.
I've never been in one of these moments, so it's uneasy feeling. It's uncharted territory.
All right, so what happens next? The fire chief and the union will head to the bargaining table and try hashing out a plan that works for everybody. They hope to get this done in the next 90 days. If they're unsuccessful, these paramedics could very well be laid off. Reporting in Scappoose, I'm Mike Benner. Now back to you.
Coming up, a Medford man fighting for his life tonight, all because of the flu. His family now hoping his story will encourage people to get their flu shots. And it's more than just a job, it's a cutthroat competition. Okay, I'm being a little dramatic here, but look, we're talking about sign spinning, and a little later we catch up with 2 locals before they head off to a world championship for this kind of stuff. It's exciting. Hey, we talked about skiing right off the top. Why not give you the ski report? Let's take a look as we go to break.